Have you ever wondered why you feel weaker even though you think you're eating healthy foods? Picture this. You're making a perfect breakfast, a beautiful spinach omelet with fresh eggs from the farmer's market. You feel good about your choice, thinking you're doing everything right for your health. But what if I told you that this seemingly nutritious combination might actually be working against your muscle strength? What if the very vegetables you're adding to your eggs, the ones you believe are helping you stay strong, are actually preventing your body from using the protein it desperately needs? After spending 30 years helping patients over 60 maintain their strength and vitality, I've discovered something that might surprise you. There are 3 common vegetables that, when combined with eggs, can reduce your body's ability to absorb the nutrients vital for muscle building by up to 87%. According to a 2005 study published in the Journal of Agricultural and Food Chemistry, boiling spinach reduces soluble oxalate content by 30 to 87%. Today, I'm going to share which vegetables these are, why this happens, and most importantly, what you can do to preserve your muscle strength as you age. By the end of this video, you'll understand why certain food combinations can sabotage your muscle health after 60. You'll discover the 3 specific vegetables you should never eat raw with your eggs. Learn simple cooking techniques that can transform potentially harmful combinations into muscle-supporting meals, and walk away with a practical daily eating strategy that ensures every bite works toward keeping you strong, independent, and energetic. Let me start by sharing something that might surprise you. When I first began in this field 3 decades ago, I noticed a troubling pattern among patients over 60. Many of them were eating what appeared to be perfectly healthy diets, lots of vegetables, lean proteins like eggs, whole grains, yet they continued to lose muscle mass and strength. They would come frustrated, saying things like, "I'm eating better than I ever have, so why do I feel weaker?" The answer lies in something most people don't realize happens as we age. After 60, your body undergoes significant changes in how it processes and uses the food you eat. Think of your digestive system like a well-oiled machine that's been running for decades. Over time, some parts don't work quite as efficiently as they once did. Here's what's really happening inside your body. Your stomach produces about 40% less of a crucial enzyme called pepsin, which is responsible for breaking down the proteins in your eggs. Your pancreas, which releases enzymes to help digest food, also becomes less active, producing 40 to 45% fewer digestive enzymes than it did when you were younger. This means that even when you eat the same amount of protein you've always eaten, your body can only use about 45% of it compared to 51% when you were younger. But here's where it gets even more concerning. Your muscles themselves become what we call resistant to protein. While a 30-year-old might need only 20 grams of protein at a meal to trigger muscle building and maintenance, someone over 60 needs between 25 and 30 grams of protein to achieve the same result. It's like your muscles have become pickier eaters. They need more high-quality protein delivered in the right way to do their job of staying strong. Now you might be thinking, well, I'll just eat more protein then. And that's exactly the right instinct. But here's where those 3 vegetables I mentioned earlier become a real problem. When certain vegetables are combined with eggs, they can actually prevent your body from absorbing the protein and essential minerals you need, making an already challenging situation even more difficult. The first vegetable I need to warn you about is spinach. Now, I know what you're thinking. Spinach is supposed to be one of the healthiest foods on the planet, right? And you're absolutely correct that spinach is incredibly nutritious. The problem isn't with spinach itself, but with what happens when you eat it with eggs. Spinach contains very high levels of natural compounds called oxalates. These oxalates act like tiny molecular magnets that grab onto the minerals in your eggs, particularly calcium, iron, and zinc, and bind them up so tightly that your body can't use them. When you eat a spinach omelet, those oxalates can bind up to 87% of these crucial minerals, essentially stealing them away before your muscles can benefit from them. To put this in perspective, half a cup of cooked spinach contains about 755 milligrams of oxalates. That's an enormous amount. When these oxalates meet the minerals in your eggs, they form what scientists call insoluble complexes. Think of it like cement hardening. Once these complexes form in your digestive system, they pass right through your body without being absorbed. The second vegetable that can interfere with your eggs is Swiss chard. Like spinach, Swiss chard is packed with oxalates, though not quite as much as spinach. What makes Swiss chard particularly concerning is that many people think of it as a gentler alternative to spinach, so they might eat larger portions of it. The oxalates in Swiss chard work exactly the same way as those in spinach, binding up the minerals from your eggs and making them unavailable to your muscles. The third vegetable I need to mention is beet greens, the leafy tops of beets. While they're often discarded, many health-conscious people have started eating them because they're rich in vitamins. However, beet greens contain about 152 milligrams of oxalates per cup, making them another vegetable that can significantly interfere with the mineral absorption from your eggs. I want to be very clear about something important. I'm not telling you to never eat these vegetables. They're all incredibly nutritious and offer many health benefits. The issue is specifically when you eat them raw or lightly cooked in combination with eggs. The timing and preparation make all the difference, and I'll show you exactly how to handle this in just a few minutes. Now that I've shared the concerning news, let me give you some wonderful news. There are many vegetables that not only avoid interfering with your eggs, but actually enhance their nutritional value. These are the vegetables I encourage all people over 60 to focus on. Bell peppers are one of my absolute favorites to recommend. They're incredibly low in oxalates. We're talking about just 2 milligrams per cup compared to spinach's 755 milligrams. But beyond being low in troublesome compounds, bell peppers are rich in vitamin C, which actually helps your body absorb iron from eggs more effectively. When you eat bell peppers with eggs, you can increase iron absorption by 2 to 4 times compared to eating eggs alone. Broccoli is another excellent choice. It contains only about 2 milligrams of oxalates per cup, making it safe to combine with eggs without worrying about mineral binding. Broccoli is also rich in folate and vitamin K, nutrients that work synergistically with the B vitamins in eggs to support overall health and energy production. Cauliflower, zucchini, and mushrooms are other vegetables that play very nicely with eggs. They're all low in oxalates and don't contain significant amounts of compounds that interfere with protein digestion. Mushrooms in particular contain natural compounds that may actually help enhance protein utilization, making them an excellent addition to egg dishes. Tomatoes deserve special mention because they contain lycopene, a powerful antioxidant that becomes more available when combined with the healthy fats in egg yolks. This is a perfect example of how the right food combinations can create nutritional synergies that benefit your health in multiple ways. Here's something really interesting about egg yolks that many people don't realize. The yolk contains nutrients that actually help your body utilize the protein in the egg white more effectively. Recent studies have shown that people who eat whole eggs have 40% greater muscle protein synthesis compared to those who eat only egg whites. This is particularly important for people over 60 who need every advantage they can get in terms of muscle building and maintenance. Here's where I have some really empowering news for you. Even if you love spinach, Swiss chard, or beet greens, you don't have to give them up entirely. The key is in how you prepare them. Simple cooking techniques can dramatically reduce the compounds that interfere with nutrient absorption. When you boil spinach for just 3 minutes, according to research published in the Journal of Agricultural and Food Chemistry, you can reduce its oxalate content from 755 milligrams down to as low as 100 milligrams. That's up to an 87% reduction. The oxalates literally leach out into the cooking water, which you then discard. It's like removing the troublemaker from the kitchen so the rest of the meal can be prepared properly. Steaming is another excellent option. While it doesn't remove quite as many oxalates as boiling, steaming can reduce anti-nutrient levels by 30 to 60% while preserving most of the vitamins and minerals that make these vegetables valuable in the first place. Even light sautéing for 2 to 3 minutes can cut oxalate content in half. The cooking method you choose for your eggs matters significantly too, especially as we age. Hard-boiled eggs provide the highest protein digestibility at 91%, with excellent protein breakdown even when our digestive systems aren't working at peak efficiency. Poached eggs perform similarly well. These cooking methods seem to create protein structures that are easier for older digestive systems to handle. Scrambled eggs, while still nutritious and certainly better than no eggs at all, show about a 37% reduction in protein digestibility for older adults compared to hard-boiled eggs. This doesn't mean you should never eat scrambled eggs, but if you're trying to maximize your protein absorption, hard-boiled or poached eggs give you the best return on your nutritional investment. One cooking approach I particularly recommend is what I call staged cooking. You start by lightly steaming or sautéing any high oxalate vegetables you want to include in your meal. This reduces their anti-nutrient content. Then you add your eggs, which can be pre-cooked using the optimal methods I mentioned, or you can scramble them with the pre-cooked vegetables. This way, you get the nutritional benefits of a variety of vegetables without significantly compromising the absorption of nutrients from your eggs. Let me walk you through what an ideal day of eating might look like when you're focused on supporting your muscle health after 60. Remember, the goal is to get 25 to 30 grams of high-quality protein at each meal, with eggs being an excellent foundation for achieving this target. For breakfast, you could start with a 3-egg omelet. 3 whole eggs provide about 18 grams of protein, so you're already well on your way to that 25 to 30 gram target. Fill your omelet with bell peppers, mushrooms, and maybe some cheese to add both flavor and additional protein. The bell peppers will actually help you absorb iron from the eggs more effectively, and the mushrooms provide compounds that support protein utilization. If you love spinach and want to include it in your breakfast, here's how to do it safely. Lightly steam a cup of spinach in a separate pan for about 3 minutes. This reduces the oxalate content significantly. Then you can add the steamed spinach to your omelet or serve it as a side dish. You get the nutritional benefits of spinach without the interference with your egg absorption. For lunch, you might have a large salad with 2 hard-boiled eggs, some grilled chicken or salmon, and plenty of low-oxalate vegetables like lettuce, cucumbers, bell peppers, and tomatoes. The combination of eggs and another protein source easily gets you to that 25 to 30 gram target. And the vegetables provide fiber, vitamins, and minerals without interfering with protein absorption. Dinner could feature fish or lean meat as your primary protein source, with steamed broccoli and cauliflower as your vegetables. If you want to include some higher oxalate vegetables like Swiss chard, prepare them separately using the cooking methods I described and enjoy them as a side dish rather than mixing them directly with your protein sources. One strategy that many people find helpful is what I call protein insurance. If you're not sure whether you're hitting that 25 to 30 gram target at each meal, you can add a hard-boiled egg to salads, soups, or vegetable dishes. It's an easy way to boost the protein content of any meal without much additional preparation. Let me share some practical strategies that can make eating for muscle health much easier and more sustainable. Start by batch cooking eggs. Every Sunday, hard-boil a dozen eggs. This gives you ready-to-eat protein that you can add to any meal throughout the week. Hard-boiled eggs keep well in the refrigerator for up to a week, and they're incredibly versatile. You can slice them onto salads, chop them into egg salad, or just eat them as a quick snack. Similarly, you can steam large batches of vegetables and store them in portion-sized containers. Steamed broccoli, cauliflower, bell peppers, and zucchini all at once. Then store them in your refrigerator. When it's time to eat, you can quickly reheat these vegetables and combine them with your eggs and other proteins. If you enjoy vegetables that are higher in oxalates, like spinach or Swiss chard, you can prepare them properly in batches too. Steam or lightly boil these vegetables, drain them well, and store them in containers. This way, you've already removed most of the problematic compounds, and you can add these vegetables to meals throughout the week without worrying about nutrient interference. While we've focused primarily on eggs and vegetables today, maintaining muscle health after 60 involves more than just optimizing single meals. It's about creating an overall pattern of eating that consistently supports your body's changing needs. Protein distribution throughout the day matters significantly. Rather than having a light breakfast, moderate lunch, and large dinner, try to spread your protein more evenly across all 3 meals. This gives your muscles a steady supply of amino acids throughout the day, which is particularly important as we age and our bodies become less efficient at storing and utilizing these nutrients. Hydration plays a crucial role that many people overlook. As we age, our sense of thirst becomes less reliable, and many people walk around in a state of mild dehydration without realizing it. Proper hydration is essential for protein synthesis and overall muscle function. Aim for about 8 glasses of water per day. Physical activity, particularly resistance exercise, works synergistically with proper nutrition to maintain muscle mass. You don't need to become a bodybuilder, but incorporating some form of strength training, even simple bodyweight exercises or resistance bands, can dramatically improve how well your body uses the protein you're consuming. Sleep quality affects muscle health more than most people realize. During deep sleep, your body repairs and builds muscle tissue. Poor sleep can interfere with protein synthesis and muscle recovery, potentially undermining even the best nutritional efforts. As we wrap up today, I want you to remember that small changes in how you combine and prepare foods can make a tremendous difference in how you feel and function as you age. The 3 vegetables we discussed, spinach, Swiss chard, and beet greens, aren't enemies to be avoided forever. They're simply foods that need to be prepared thoughtfully when you're eating them with eggs. The key principles are straightforward. Focus on getting 25 to 30 grams of high-quality protein at each meal. Choose vegetables that enhance rather than interfere with nutrient absorption. And use simple cooking techniques to reduce anti-nutritional factors when necessary. Remember, this isn't about perfection, it's about progress. Even making these adjustments to half of your meals will likely result in noticeable improvements in how you feel. Start with the changes that seem easiest to implement and gradually incorporate others as they become habit. Your muscle health after 60 isn't predetermined by your age. It's significantly influenced by the daily choices you make about nutrition, activity, and self-care. Every properly combined meal, every well-prepared egg dish, every thoughtful food choice is an investment in your future self. I encourage you to start implementing these strategies this week. Notice how you feel, pay attention to your energy levels, and celebrate the small improvements you experience along the way. Your muscles will thank you, your energy will increase, and you'll be building the foundation for a healthy, active life. Thank you for watching Live Better Health. Remember, it is never too late to start taking better care of your muscles and your body. Disclaimer: the information in this video is for educational purposes only and is not intended as medical advice. Always consult your doctor or a qualified healthcare professional before making any changes to your diet or health routine. Live Better Health does not provide medical advice.